My first time video editing while also getting paid went a little something like this. I met these guys who are pretty well known in the basketball community. Their name is KickGenius. I grew up on them and I really did in a way idolize them, but they had a big influence on my life. I met these guys in the summer of 2017 when I was just 15 years old. To make a long story short, we met, we exchanged social medias, but that was it. After a month I had met them, one of the founding members, Jeremy Jones, went on Twitter and posted that he was looking for an editor. So once I saw Jeremy post this, I broke out into sweats. My heart started pounding and I was like, this could be my opportunity. This could be my opportunity to become a part of KickGenius. So I shot him a DM. I was just real casual about it, almost too casual being a young kid. And I was just like, yo, can I be a part of this? And he hit me back so quick. He was like, ended up being like, yeah, for sure. And then he just sent me his number. I was just like stunned. I was just like, bro, this dude just sent me his number. Like, I thought it was like a big deal. I was like young. I was like, oh, I got this dude's number now. Anyways, so I called him up, we get to chatting, and he explains what he wants me to do. He wants me to do some effects for him, and I was just like acting like so like I knew what was going, like yep, Jeremy, I got you, this, boom. Like I ain't never edited anything before. I ain't never got paid to edit anything before for someone. So when I'm on that phone, I was like, oh my gosh, this is really happening. I don't got any editing software other than like iMovie, I guess, like free software. I got like an old, really old computer. I was just like all in, but I knew I could do it. I knew I could pull it off. So I took on the task. I was just like, yep, bet I can get it done. But I didn't really think anything through. You know, my goal was just to get there, and you know, I thought, oh yes, okay, now I'll go do the edit, Gav. I don't have software. I really don't have a powerful computer. But on top of that all, the biggest factor was that I had a family event to go to that was pre-planned. It was a celebration for my mother's birthday, and we were meeting with a bunch of family, which was odd because it was like September 2nd, 2017. Her birthday is not until late September, so like we were celebrating hella early for some reason. Yeah, it just be like that sometimes, and you can't control it. So I was just like, wow, this is like one of my grow-up moments at that time. A grown-up moment in the fact that it was like choosing, okay, do I do work or family? Like, choosing work over family, like what do I choose? The reason I had to choose between this edit for KickGenius and my family was KickGenius wanted a quick turnaround. They wanted it like the next day, or it might have been the same day, I don't know. So it was an immediate turnaround, which was crazy because, you know, I didn't really have the shit to do it. I had to choose between, you know, hanging with family or doing the edit, and you know, I knew I couldn't do the edit. Now, me sitting right here, I could do this edit, this little effect, 10 minutes. 10 minutes done, and that would have been it. But then I didn't have the things, this effect was beyond me at the time. It was a glitch effect, it was a glitch effect text. I had no idea. I had absolutely no idea. That's what ultimately I knew I wouldn't be able to get the edit done if I went. So I was just like, so yeah, I ended up staying home while my family went to this family event without me. Like, that's crazy, and I had to tell my mom, like, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be able to go. I talked to my mom about this, and she still remembers this, which I thought she wouldn't have. She told me a couple days ago, she's like, I understand what you had to do. I understand how big this was. And that's not how I remember it. I remember her being mad, but you know, whatever. So she said she was okay with it, which, you know, it was a while ago, but I do think my memory is a little bit better. Sorry, Mom. I pulled off the edit, which took me like 6 hours, maybe. That's on the low side. It might have took longer. It probably did take longer. So I sent him over, and you know, I ended up getting a PayPal from Trey, and it was for $300 for this small effect. $300 for the first video. It wasn't even a video, it was an effect. For the first thing I've edited that got paid for, I got $300. Insane. It could have been like 20 bucks. That probably would have still been a lot. Like, someone could hit me up and do that, yo, can you do this effect right now? I'm like, I'll open up my laptop, make it in After Effects, and send it over. 20 bucks. That's how much it should have costed. But they were so generous, and they paid me $300. I was stunned. So now you're probably wondering, well, what does this effect look like? Where can I see this edit? Well, I did some research, and the video's off the internet. I could not find it. But I just so happened, through like scrolling through my text from a long time ago with Jeremy, I did find the effects I did, just the broad base of it. This is the $300 effect And that's what I did. Crazy. I mean, I give it to their generosity. They paid the young kid well. I respect them for that. You know, if I ever have to pay a young kid, I'm taking after their footsteps. I'm gonna pay them exceeded the amount, because that puts more motivation into the kid. Once I saw that $300, I'm like, oh, this is it. I'm editing for the rest of my life. You know, I was just in disbelief that I had gotten paid from KickGenius, one of my biggest influences in life, period. I got to work for them. I got to do something for them. And you know, that first edit really changed my life. It got me working with them, with KG, up until they broke up. Wait, I met him in 2017. They broke up in like 2018. But I was only really like talking to Jeremy, and you know, he ended up becoming one of my closest friends, and you know, a guy I really look to for like life advice and like real life shit. You know, there's so much that came from that. It got me to do things that I never would have even imagined, like being able to go to like private Nike events, being flown out to Vegas for Under Armour event, or Adidas events in LA, or you know, a bunch of sneaker cons. Like, those impacted me, and it helped me grow, and you know, those were things that I couldn't even like wrote on a piece of paper and be like, oh yeah, I wanted to do that. They just came along with the connection I made with Jeremy and them, and you know, it was crazy. It was surreal being that young. I was always the youngest kid at those events, and that really all came from me doing that one edit that I honestly shouldn't have been doing. I wasn't that smart to do it quickly. I didn't have the tools, but I bet it on myself, and I was like, I believe I can do this. I want to do this. This is what I want to do. And I went all in on myself. I'm always like an all in, all out type guy. I'll always put all my cards in. I never fold. I always just shoot my shot in any aspect of life, whether it's literally shooting my shot on a basketball court and just bricking shots, or it's like shooting my shot for like job opportunities. If it's shooting my shot with like women, like literally anything, I will always just shoot my shot. Because the worst thing you're gonna hear is no. And if that's the worst thing that can happen, is a no, but the possibility of the yes, even more than you could even imagine, if there is a possibility to achieve more than you imagined by just shooting your shot, why would you not shoot your shot? That is my thought process. Shoot your damn shot, bro. Just shoot it. And you know, it paid off for me. It changed my whole life. Got me to do things I never would have thought I would do. It changed the things I like about my interests. Crazy, like absolute crazy. I wouldn't have got to do a lot of the things that I would have in my childhood. And you know, it ramped up the process for me. I wanted to become a video editor. I did at 15 years old. I accomplished that. You know, if this opportunity didn't happen, it would have took longer. I probably wouldn't have really got jobs like that until I was, you know, in college, until I'm 19, you know? But, you know, shooting my shot, you know, it sunk.